Welcome to Art's Place, conservative talk from a different view, from the Casablanca studio in Golden, Colorado. Hosted by Art Carlson. At 4'6", liberals fear him, and conservatives love him. He's definitely a giant among men. Now here's your host, Art Carlson.
All right, welcome to another episode of Art's Place, conservative talk from a different view. We've got a great show today. A lot has happened this week, and the big item is what happened in Kabul with the terrorist explosion at the airport and at the hotel that claimed the lives of 13 American servicemen. So that's going to be the big topic today. And plus, later on, we're going to talk about how about white suburban soccer moms? Are they also complicit in this? Because they voted for Joe Biden because they didn't like Donald Trump. He was so mean. So they voted for Joe Biden. So, hey, they should share in some of the blame of what's going on. I mean, Donald Trump, not perfect. Yeah, he's an idiot. He's kind of an ass. But you know what? He had the economy humming. Terrorists weren't attacking us. We had peace in the Middle East, finally, with all these really nice treaties that we got going. And everybody respected us. And what was that one thing that Joe Biden promised? He promised us to bring mature, level-headed, and respect in the world. And what did we get? We got chaos, and we've got a mess. We got a total mess. The economy is in shambles. And then we got this blunder in Afghanistan. So I want to say hello to Mike B, a.k.a. the Drone Ranger. Meow, meow. Yes, that's right. Mike, our drone guy, all the way from Texas. Good to see you. All right, so let's bring in my co-host all the way from Muskogee, Oklahoma, Lloyd Mendenhall.
Hello. How you doing, Art?
I'm doing okay. Did a lot of flying this morning with the flight club and just had a blast. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon I will have some video uploaded on that. So I imagine you have a lot to say about this, Lloyd.
Oh yeah. Let me say hello. I'm trying to do two things at once. Anyways, all right. Hello, Mike B and Tex Arts Drone Guy. Okay, I tried to type that all in there. Oh, just one. Yeah, there's a lot I could say about that. And of course I pretty well went a total rant on Monday's show.
Yep.
And that was before these 13
Right.
American military people. I'm going to tell you something, and my cousin called me today and talked about it. We were talking about, is my audio down again? Okay, let me turn it up. Is that any better, guys?
Oh, better, much better.
All right, okay. Anyways,
you're a little bit on the fuzzy side.
Again, I'm getting tired of doing this with StreamYards. It's just I may be over. Let me adjust
Are
something
you
here.
using the Logitech like I am? There you go.
Not for my audio.
No, your audio
No.
is fine.
Oh, you said I was a little fuzzy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuzzy as in your video.
That's because I am using the Logitech like you are.
Okay.
But what I did is I set it on I took off the autofocus because it kept getting, I move around a lot and it kept getting out of focus. So I probably need to go back in and refocus a little bit. But yeah, anyways, I think probably the worst of it was losing those 13. The worst of it was, in going with that one, going with that, it's today seeing the president, President Blunderbutt, standing out there when they brought those 13 service members home. That was a slap in the face of their family, as far as I'm concerned. He should be hiding out in his basement, drinking out of his little sippy cup, and stay the hell out of that family's way.
Sucking on his pudding.
Yeah, sucking on his pudding, because he's directly responsible for their deaths, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
And General Miley, oh crap! Here we go. I'll crank it back up again.
Okay.
All right. I'm not gonna touch nothing now. Turn your hearing aids up, Mike.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. It's always something. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing wrong with StreamYard, because I don't change anything from week to week, but it seems like in some places I get louder and some places I'm lower. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so General Milli Vanilli, he needs to resign. He should have handed in his resignation the moment that those guys were killed, or those people were killed. Because I think there was a couple women amongst that. There was a couple, and it's just friggin' insulting to see that woke man standing up there speaking his, he's talking out his mouth because his butt knows better. I was going to say another word, but I won't, because, anyways, but it's just an insult that, and they filled the army full of people like that. I saw a video last night. It's of an army captain, a female army captain. She's got her little boy haircut, and she's a female army captain, and she's sitting there. And this is what's creepy about this. She's one of the woke, because she says, I just want people to know that if martial law is called into effect and the U.S. Army has to start working on American soil, that any civilians that don't follow my commands and don't get back in the house when I tell them, I will not hesitate to shoot them.
Wow.
And she said this in uniform. Mm-hmm. Now, if this is the way it's going to be, I mean, they fired that one guy for putting something on Twitter or on Facebook, his personal opinion, what he thought about the everything, and yet they're going to let somebody. I'm going to report her. I'm going to go back and find the video, and I'm going to find out who she is, and I'm going to report her to people I know, and I want to see to it that I'm going to make it my personal thing to get her out of the army, because she doesn't deserve to be in the army. And this is the problem. This is this crap's coming from up above, right down the ranks. Mm-hmm. And after, for her to say something like that, and especially for this video to be there after, I mean, she said outright she was going to shoot, and I'm just so frustrated with this friggin' military right now. Not the boots on the ground, but the command people on up that are not doing their job.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep, and this goes all the way to Obama. He's the one that started to clean house and put all these PC people in command.
Yeah.
And that's what's screwing everything up.
It's
now we got 13 people dead because of it.
Yeah. The evacuation plan, well, there wasn't one. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
They should have never given up Kabul. I mean, Bagram. You
Yeah.
know, had they started this evacuation, they could have started this evacuation 6 months ago. They knew it was
Right.
coming,
Mhm.
and they could have started getting civilians out, saying, "Listen, we're shutting down operations here. We need to start moving out, and let's start quietly getting everybody out. Have them go to Bagram. Don't send them to the friggin' airport. Or,
Yeah.
hey, you're going home to visit family, or you want to go see America. You know, whatever." There's far better plans. You know, this was, I mean, they opened the doors. They opened the doors to the attacks. They just like they're doing on our friggin' southern border, just letting it come open. You know.
Yep.
What do we?
That's right.
Yeah, he's so callous, and then for him to sit there and laugh when there was so much about his news conference on, was it Thursday?
Yeah, it might have been.
I can't remember now. That just was so wrong, and so and I'm
And
seething.
he's always
I'm just
he's always trying to blame Donald Trump. He said all this was set up with Donald Trump, and but you had 7 months since inauguration to get this all in motion. Why wait until the last minute to all of a sudden do all this? And why didn't he tell our allies, "Hey, we're going to be doing this"? You know, and that's what pissed them off.
Oh yeah, they're madder than hell, and you know I've heard. I watch Sky News Australia a lot, and they think they wish that we had the parliamentary procedure of being able to have a vote of no confidence, because he would be out tomorrow. You know, and there are times I do not agree with the way our republic, our way our republic constitutional stuff works. I mean, there needs to be checks and balances, for more checks. The problem is we're not using the checks and balances we've got now. You know, they're not being implemented. They've been watered down, and but it's frustrating. I think we should be able, as an electorate, as constituents, because he's the president of the United States, so we're all his constituents. You are, right. I am, and we need to have. I wished we had the ability to get him out of office, and Kamala Harris too.
Right.
There needs to be. I wish there was a different system. I really do. I think that it's the best we've got. It's not.
It's the best we got.
It's not perfect.
And, I mean, if you look at the parliamentary system, they're always in chaos because you got a bunch of people that all of a sudden they didn't like. Could you imagine what would happen when Donald Trump was president?
Oh, I know.
And it would have been a hell of a mess.
Well,
I mean, you thought the impeachment was bad.
Oh yeah,
it would have been 10 times worse in a parliamentary system.
But here's one of the things that the parliamentary system has that is not talked about a lot, but it's well known, because I actually, especially like in Australia, and because they use the same basic system as the UK does, right. And so something popped up on my radar, and so I had to ask the question. I asked Grant. I said, "Hey," and I'm going to ask you, do you know what a shadow government is?
Yeah, it's called Obama.
No.
Okay, tell us.
It's not the deep state that you're thinking about. It's called a shadow government, and under the parliamentary system, they have what's called a shadow government.
Oh.
Now, because the prime minister is the elected leader of a certain party, whether he be the Tories or the Liberals or the Labor,
Yeah, Labor.
Well, Labor, yeah. No matter which party they belong to, he's the head of the party. That's how it gets elected. They elect the party, and their head goes up and becomes speaker. Okay. But the second party, the one that's second in line, They have a shadow government. They have the leader of the government. They have a full working cabinet, and they are briefed on everything that the prime minister knows, and they can run. And so, if something were to happen, the shadow government is, let's say the prime minister gets fired by their party or by the electorate. The shadow government can immediately step in and nothing happens. Nothing changes. It may look like chaos to us, but when you see how the shadow government works, and that's what they call it. I started reading into it, and I asked Grant about it, and he explained it better.
It would be like
the Republicans.
Cabinet member. It'd be more like that. No. The president and his cabinet, or the prime minister has his cabinet. Let's say it's the Democrats. Let's use Democrats and Republicans as an explanation to explain this. The Democrats have President Bumblebutt and all of the Joint Chief of Staff Milli Vanilli, and the idiot that's the head of the Department of Defense, and all of those cabinet members are there. Now that's under President Bumblebutt that we have now. Right.
On the Republican side, and they would still be active members of the Parliament. The leader of the Republicans would be Donald Trump, and he would keep his whole cabinet, and they would work alongside. And so should something happen to Bumblebutt, he gets fired, he quits, whatever, Donald Trump would step in and take over, and he wouldn't have to appoint a new cabinet. It would already be in effect. Bumblebutt's cabinet would be gone. Oops, sorry, Joe. Anyway, Bumblebutt's cabinet would be gone, and Trump's cabinet would step in. That's how the shadow government works, and it's a legal entity of the parliamentary systems that they use in both the UK and in Australia. And I wanted to make sure before I said anything about it. And if you look around, you might see something similar to that mentioned. MSNBC mentioned something about it, and they were all kind of, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that way the losing party doesn't completely reform the government like we have now.
Oh, okay.
It still keeps control in both parties, or all three parties. If they have a coalition government, like they often have, because they have to have that coalition government to get, some of the labor and some of the socialist Dems have to join in with the labor, right, and to form a government. Well, the major losing party, let's say, it would be the Republicans again. So they would have their own cabinet. Trump would be sitting right there doing what he does best, and he would still have a position in the cabinet or in the Parliament. We don't have that system. We just clean it. Ours is it's a republic. It's more like what they had in Rome. The difference is we don't kill off all the family members, kill off the Caesar and all the family members and all the senators that supported him.
Right.
Although, at times I'm beginning to wonder if... Anyways, I'm through with my rant now.
Okay. Now, the terrorist attack was taken out by ISIS-K. That sounds like a rap group.
It does, don't it? I mean, ISIS-K, it sounds like, their leader must be, they must be a hip-hop group that likes blowing things up.
Or maybe they like to sell mascara. They're just like Mary Kay. We got
Mary Kay.
ISIS-K.
Well, I'm thinking maybe they like a certain type of cereal, so they're Special K, because they're a bunch of special people. They're special people. Yeah.
Yeah. Little explosions in your mouth.
But yeah, exactly. But the Taliban had nothing to do with that. The Taliban didn't let the people through. The Taliban have changed their stripes.
Yeah.
Taliban are nice. They're our friends now.
Yeah, and they're all saying, well, the Taliban don't like ISIS. Yeah, but they've got a common enemy, and that's why they're fighting us,
My enemy's enemy is my friend. You know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
here's the problem with the Taliban. They're playing both sides. They're being our friend because they don't like ISIS. So the enemy of our enemy, Taliban, is our friend. So they're enemies of. But yet, on the other hand, it just reverses. The Taliban is playing the same thing because ISIS-K doesn't like us. They're just, and for this bumbling idiot not to recognize that. And hey, what about that? Let's, because this has to do with all that. What about that retribution drone strike that we had there? Yeah. Took out that ISIS-K planner and facilitator and his buddy that was riding with him, killed 2 people with the drone.
Oh boy! Did it say DJI on it?
No, it didn't. No. You did hear about that, right? The drone strike.
Yes, I did.
And how did they? He said, we're going to hunt these people down no matter what it takes.
Yeah.
And it's like, so they dropped a couple of bombs off of a drone and killed 2 people. I mean, what did that accomplish? What did that, And I saw somewhere that there may have been a second drone strike in Kabul area, taking out people that were trying to. I saw it out of BBC today.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe they're talking about the same one. It's hard telling sometimes with these clips. You got to really look at the date and time. But
and you notice how the Taliban is all of a sudden they're friendly with the Chinese.
Oh yeah.
Because the Chinese they're looking at Afghanistan is full of natural resources.
Yes.
Like copper and lithium. They've got a lot of lithium.
Yeah, lithium.
So somebody's got to make those batteries for us to power up our Prius and our Tesla,
our drones
and our drones. Yep.
It's I've just been so frustrated this week. It just. Yeah, and if I'd have got on last night, I probably would have ranted anyways, because, one, I was tired last night. I apologize for that, but I explained before the show. And, 2, I would have gone on a rant, and last night's show was not. And I do have to ask you, there's one thing about your show that you're going to have to change.
Oh?
You are going to have to get you a new wheel.
New wheel?
Yeah, the one you spin for the numbers?
Oh, yeah. Why? Is it too noisy?
No, the damn thing's broke because it ain't picked me in forever. It's rigged, man. Get you another one. It said, Grumpy's in the chat. It's like, I was listening to your show last night. I was in and out because I was having to help Judy. She had been asleep while we moved all the new furniture in yesterday, and so she wanted to get up and go out there and sit on the new furniture and look at it, and she was happy with it. So I left the show. That's why I put in there, for the drawing, my number is 29 in case when it comes up, because I had to.
That.
Yeah. Because I had to step away. I thought, yes, dear, let's go look at the new living room furniture. Yeah, that's what being married does for you. So.
Oh, yeah. We had a good crowd last night.
You did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a long show, too. We did a little over 3 hours.
I noticed, because every time I step back in, hashtag new wheel. There you go. Mike's put it up there, too. Yeah, I know. I don't know why, but the one time I won toffee, I didn't actually win it. Grant won it, and he told you to send it to me.
Right.
I don't think I've ever won anything on your channel.
Well, that's because you're not there most of the time.
I
you
that's
gotta
true.
start coming to the show.
I know it's
number
Saturdays. Yeah, Saturday's the one day that I usually spend doing stuff for Judy, and I'm usually tired and And it's the one day I promised her I wouldn't be doing YouTube, and it's getting harder to say, I need to go and do this show. And she says, no, you don't.
Well, that's why you don't see Rodney at my show.
Oh,
Rodney
really?
Bell,
Oh,
because
because he's doing things.
That's his, family night,
day.
date night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, getting back on track here.
Right. Right here.
I do want to, you and I touched a little bit before the show about this. I want to discuss, a little bit about COVID. When we were moving the furniture in yesterday, don't pick you either, Mike. I know. I understand. I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain, man. Yesterday, my youngest son's sister-in-law came over to help, but she was getting the old couch in love seat and going to clean it up, and it was still good. It's just we hadn't changed in 15 or 20 years, and Judy just wanted a new, and I wanted one a little smaller that I could move easier to get behind and sweep and stuff, Right. But anyways, so she said, they had their mask on, her and her two daughters, which they're all three hard workers. Their husbands stayed at home though, because the one I understood because he just got out of the hospital about an hour before they showed up. But anyways, they said, well, we wore the mask because we were worried that, you guys didn't have the shots. I said, I got the shots. We got the shots months ago. She says, but you're Republican. I said, what the hell does that got to do with anything? I said, I might be a Republican, but I'm not stupid. I took the shot because of mine and Judy's health. It was my choice. And man, my son was all over her like stink on crap. He goes, this is the problem. Everybody wants to make the shot out of politics instead of what it should be about. Is it good for you? Will it hurt you? Ask your doctor. Go to your doctor and ask them, do you think this will work? A doctor you trust, and I trust our doctor. He's been our doctor for 37 years. So he knows us in and out. So yeah, it's just literally. But that's the thing. Everything got politicized over this COVID thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it got politicized way back in the early days of this
early
whole
days
thing.
of it.
At first, Nancy said, "Oh, go on to Chinatown. You'll be fine." And then they found out, oh, this could be. We could exploit this. We could really damage Donald Trump, and that's what they did.
That's exactly what they did.
Took off with it, and they knew that this would damage Donald Trump, and it did. Yep. Hey, Matt, good to see you.
Yeah, and thanks, Matt, for stepping in last night. Yep.
Yeah, Matt, thank you very much for helping me out. Chuck should be back next week.
And also, I want to thank Matt for some of the nice stuff he said about me, which, I always appreciate that. I heard him. I did hear that part. So, but yeah. And who else we got in here? Who did I miss? Let's see, Mike B. Tex Art Drone Guy. Did I?
Yeah, that's the other Mike. Two Mikes and the Matt. The other.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Steve Carpenter to jump in. He's probably just listening right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's and that's the problem. I think that's why had they not politicized it so early on and not taken it quite so light, I don't think it would have gotten as bad as it was. I mean, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. He said it was the truth. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. I look at what Australia's going through right now. This Delta variant is really hammering them over there. Yep. But they didn't have that much. They didn't get it that bad because they instituted some common sense. And some of a couple of the states like Victoria, they went overboard. Now there's an example of liberalism at its worst. Okay, the state of Victoria got a liberal government in for their governors or whatever they call their governors, and
That's
went
where the
into
secret is.
Yeah, exactly, right. So, anyways, Melbourne is the seat of capital of Victoria. So, they went in and they did these harsh lockdowns. Okay. And then they put everybody, everybody's in 14-day quarantine and all this stuff when it first started. But they wouldn't test anybody. They wouldn't, it's like, let's impose a martial law, but then let's not impose our own views on them. Like, we're not going to make them take tests. No, anybody can come in, just don't. So they kept spreading it around, and that's why it got nicknamed Sictoria, because every time they turned around, Victoria was locking their borders again because they let somebody in without asking, hey, you got COVID?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do the lockdown thing.
Here's the deal. Only 3 people died.
Yeah. I know.
And 3 people died, and it's like, oh, holy hell, we got to shut down the place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what's crazy about this whole thing.
Yeah, it is. And, they had 3 people dying. They shut down the borders now, but they didn't bother wanting to test anybody either. They didn't bother testing. That would be an infringement on their civil rights. We'll lock you down. We'll throw you in jail if you don't stay in your home, but we're not going to test you because we don't want to infringe on your civil liberties. Like, huh?
And the Philippines, they're going through the Lambda variant right now.
Yeah, I'd heard the Lambda was already out.
And I heard that someone in Los Angeles has it, so it's starting to come
I did
here.
Hear that too. Yeah.
You know, this is my personal opinion, is I don't think this stuff is ever going to go away. I think the Democrats have politicized this so much that every year, they're going to make a big stink about it. Oh, we got the Epsilon variant. Oh, we got the COVID-20 now. And
the good thing is once they get through the Greek alphabet, once they hit Omega, we should all be good.
Yep.
And we joke about it, but there's probably going to be an Omega variant. I think COVID-19 will be our last COVID that we have to deal with. Not because everybody's going to die, but because they're just going to keep giving it another variant name. They're never going to admit there's a COVID-20 out there, which there is, or there will be.
Yep.
Because this is based off of the SARS virus.
Right. Go down to your grocery store and get a SARS bar.
Yeah. Mike says, if it does go away, China will make a new one for us. Ain't that the truth?
That's right.
But
don't quit. We'll make more. That's like Doritos.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, I got now I'm going to save that for tomorrow night's show. I was going to tell you a joke I heard, but I'll save it for tomorrow for my show.
Okay, save it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Save it for tomorrow. So I alluded early in the show about white suburban soccer moms. How they're the ones that put Biden in office. So what's your opinion? Do you think they should take the brunt of the blame for all this, or should I mean they put him in. It's
that's
all
true.
Emotional. They didn't like Trump because he was mean.
Well, I don't think it's just them. I think the people that bear the responsibility, the ones who really bear the responsibility, are the press. I think the press had more to do with him getting in office, simply because nobody, his own party didn't want him, didn't want Joe Biden. They asked him not to run 4 years ago. Obama specifically, and we've heard some of the things. If leave it to Joe Biden, if anybody can do it, he's going to be the one to F it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what Obama said.
That's what Obama said. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And Kamala Harris, her own state didn't want her.
Yep.
She has zero.
She was the first one to drop out too.
Yes, exactly. The only reason that these two are in office is because the press hated Trump. And my own brother, who is a gun owner and has a lot, he's probably more libertarian than anything. Even he was going to vote for, he said he would rather vote for Kamala than, he was voting for Kamala, not Joe Biden. He was voting for Kamala. And just because he didn't want to hear Trump talk for the next 4 years.
Oh, boy.
All I can say to my brother is, hey, how's that working out for you now, bud?
Yep. We've got inflation out of control, and all because they decided to extend the sit-on-your-butt unemployment.
Yeah.
And now I went to get my car oil and filter change. They were short-staffed at Grease Monkey.
Oh, yeah, I went over.
I would have had an hour wait to get in.
Yeah, where did I go?
I
know where it was. The furniture store.
Oh, okay.
It says now hiring, and they've always had people working there, and they got a new guy in it. He needs some training. They forgot to send part of the furniture with us when we had to go back and pick it up because I asked him, oh yeah, it's all tied in there, and then it's like, nope, it was supposed to have all been in one package, because they shrink wrap it and all that stuff. And when I open it up, I'm like, where's the legs? Where's the pedestal for under the chase? But they've got a now hiring thing. I've never been to that store because it used to be Furniture Factory Outlet. Now it's called American Warehouse and Furniture. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're based out here in Denver. Jake Jabs. He's the owner of American Furniture.
Yeah. Well, he bought out Furniture Factory Outlet. And
I've met Jake Jabs. Pretty nice guy.
Oh, have you? Okay, cool.
He's a conservative and.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might explain why they're closed on Sundays. Yep. I'll bet that because they're closed on Sundays, just like Chick-fil-A is. Or Chick-fil-A was. I don't know if they're open now or not.
They're still closed on Sunday.
Are they? Yeah, they kind of caved on a couple of things that I was, disappointed in. But
Yeah.
Anyways, so we'll. I took over your show again. I don't know what I was going to say next. I'll sit here and contemplate. You give me some seeds for thought. Oh, soccer moms. We were talking about soccer moms.
Yeah, they're the ones that, they listen to, like you said, the media. And I think that's what got them all riled up because they kept playing all the stuff, the mean stuff, and, the Donald Trump, and all they heard was Russian collusion. And it was all fake. It was all fake. Yeah.
Yep. You did say one thing that I kind of, you said in your opening comments, I was listening to it as I was, or when I sat down here just as you got your opening comments, and you said he was an idiot. He's not an idiot. He did some he made some idiotic quotes, but he's not an idiot.
Right.
I mean, some of his tweets were kind of stupid, but it was, and how many of those were actually him sitting at the keyboard and typing it in?
Okay.
I've questioned that for a long time, because when you hear him speak, and what they usually do is they'll take a talking point. I think his staff would take a talking point out of something he was using in one of his rallies to get people riled up and get them fired up and get them, and they'd take a few of those, and of course, out of context, they didn't sound as good on a tweet as they might have if you'd have heard the full speech.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't think Donald Trump tweeted every single thing that was there.
Yeah.
I think his staff did a lot of that, and I sometimes wonder.
Yeah, that
were
makes
they?
sense.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
did he really say that, or was that something his staff member said, and they were taking it off of one of his speech talking points?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's soccer moms. I guess do hold some responsibility, but it really, we talk about draining the swamp, getting rid of all these namby-pamby Republicans that aren't doing their job. That they talk a big game, but they don't do anything. We've seen that over and over in the past 7 years,
Well,
past 16 years.
on Friday, one of the conservative talk show hosts that I listen to is Ross Kaminsky here in
Right.
Denver. And he had Justin Amash. If you don't know who he is, he's former congressman from Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
He's more libertarian than Republican. He's
Yeah.
more like on the line of Rand Paul and
Right,
Ron Paul.
right.
And he was here in Denver for the libertarian, meetup. Because
Right.
I don't know if you knew this, that the Libertarian Party started here in Colorado in 1971.
I think I remember something like that, but it's been a while.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so, Ross is libertarian leaning, and he normally votes libertarian in the presidential race, except for this last time he voted for Donald Trump because he just hated Joe Biden.
Right. Yeah,
and
it's
Kamala Harris. That was the icing on the cake. But before that, he voted libertarian when it was Trump Clinton.
Right. Well, and that's we need to have, like I said, we need to have more than a two-party system, but we don't have enough consensus in the independents, because they kind of lean either way, whichever way the wind blows. Some of the independents are that way. Both parties, they rely heavily on the independents,
That's right.
And because there's independent liberals, independent conservatives, and there's independent moderates. Most independents are moderates,
Well, here in Colorado, they're called unaffiliates because there is an independent party here in Colorado.
Yes, there is.
We got a crap ton of parties. We've got the Independent Party, Libertarian Party. We've got the American Constitution Party, and then we have the Green Party, and then we have the Socialist Party, and there's just a ton of different parties. And if you look at our ballots here, you'll see several candidates running for a House seat or Senate seat, state Senate seat.
Right.
Yeah. Most of the time, it'll just be Republican, Democrat, and Libertarian. Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my light. It's I'm real bluish looking. I'm trying to get. Whoops.
There you go.
Well, I can't do it now, but yeah, I mean, we don't have see, my daughter is going to West Coast Baptist College. Larry Elder spoke this morning, praying he beats Gavin Newsom. Yeah.
Oh,
that would be nice.
Speaking of Gavin Newsom, it looks like Larry Elders has the lead in the recount.
Well, that's what Joe was saying on there. He hopes that Larry beats him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was
Yeah.
at first a Caitlyn Jenner supporter, and
Right.
now I'm like, I thought Larry Elders. I thought he doesn't have much of a chance because California is not a conservative state, and they wouldn't.
No.
But he could take a lot of the black vote, and
Yes,
that
exactly.
Mhm.
That's what I see happening too. Is that he'll pick up a lot of the black. You know, California's a tricky
Yeah.
subject. You know,
Mhm.
and personally, I think they should let California, Washington, and Oregon secede from the United States, and I think they should let the whole East Coast, except Florida, secede.
Well, what about North Carolina, South Carolina?
We'll
South
keep them.
Carolina is
Yeah.
red.
All
North
right. Yeah. Let's go.
Carolina, kind of.
What's above North Carolina?
Virginia. They're
Okay. Yeah.
blue now.
Yeah, so let's stop at North Carolina. We'll take that section out there. Anything above the North Carolina border, and anything east of
The
what's along
Ohio
that
River.
line? East of the Ohio River. Yeah, all of that can join California, Washington, and Oregon and become the United States of Charlie Foxtrot.
There you go. There you go.
I almost said what it stood for, and I'm like,
Good hold.
Yeah,
Good hold.
yeah, I'm just, yeah, I'm still fired up. Yeah. Monday night show, I had fun. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I figured tomorrow is going to be another barn burner, just like last week.
Yeah. So let me give everybody warning. If you want to see me go on a rant again, just come back and watch my Hello Drone Life RC. Like
Hey,
I told
Drone Life
everybody,
RC, all right.
if you are politically sensitive and woke, you probably won't want to see my show again. That's okay.
Yep.
So
Joe says most of those states are. It's just that's true, but those big cities overwhelm the rest of the state. I mean, look at New York.
and
You know,
and I. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, somebody who left it.
oh,
you know,
somebody's
somebody-
like,
Yeah.
we all. I think I know who it is too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, Ed, love my drones. Welcome to the show. Good.
Yeah, no, yeah. I hope the majority. I'm like you. Yeah, how's that work? It's like what Ed said.
Yeah.
You know, hope he's happy with it. You know, how's that working for you now, folks?
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
knobheads. You talk about inflation. Okay, I'm retired and I get a COLA allowance every year.
That's right.
I think I'm going to get the largest COLA allowance I may have had in my retirement.
Yep.
Because
Yep, you will.
I think
It'll be
the largest
biggest one since back in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, I don't remember ever getting over 5. I think the biggest one I got was like a 5.6%. And is Mel in?
Yeah, Mel's here.
Oh, you know, I could. Yeah,
You'll get
all right.
7%.
Yeah, they're talking 7.4, 7.2%. I've
Right.
never seen an increase like that as long as I've been retired, and I've been retired for a fair number of years. I've gotten. There was a few years I actually lost money
Yeah.
because the cost of my Medicare went up.
Oh, that's right.
And and I got no raise, so that meant, you know, they've since fixed that to where if there's no raise, you don't lose money.
Right.
But that was
That's all tied into
or my raise.
consumer
I
price.
got we'd get a raise, but it was always like 2% less than what the cost of Medicare went up. I lost like something like $1,300 one year.
Just don't get sick.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know, it's like
Yeah,
I saw this meme on Facebook that just really nails it. It says, Hey, all you 20, 30, and 40-year-olds, just wait until you're 60. Then your check engine light will come on.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Oh my God,
Yep.
yeah, definitely. And my check engine light's been coming on a lot lately. Yeah,
Yeah.
not.
hmm
Oh my God, I went to, I lifted on that furniture yesterday that we moved in and stuff, and it's like I went to get up this morning, and I sat up. It's like, oh my God, I don't know if I can straighten up because I was hurting. So
Oh, yeah.
just so you know, I'm on drugs right now. I took a pain pill and a
Oh,
muscle relaxer. So I'm this, folks. This is me being happy.
yeah. Well, all you need now is an enema.
Yeah, right. I think we all got one when Biden was sworn in.
Yeah.
Hey, constitutional question. Just
Okay.
throwing it out there. All right. And I may be wrong. I need to check into this, but when was Joe Biden sworn in? At what time of the
January
day?
20th. Yeah, I
But
think
what
at
time of the
noon.
day? Was it at
Noon, I
noon?
think.
Because
Yeah,
I
I
heard
think
it was at 11.
Oh?
And if he was sworn in at 11, Donald Trump's. So, so I need to go back and fact check that one because somebody told it to me. And
I gotta show
Yeah.
you something.
oh, okay.
This came in the mail.
Yes. Did you?
I think somebody's been listening to our podcast. You mentioned Hillsdale College,
Right?
and I got this from Hillsdale College. And I used to live in Michigan, and it's
Right.
located in Hillsdale, Michigan. And it's a small college, very constitutionally origin.
Yes, Ed, you are absolutely right. He did. Most people it takes a year before they realize they made a mistake. It only took a few days with Biden. You're absolutely right, man. Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I don't know who sent it to you. I didn't. I can say that much. Or did you?
Yeah,
But
I just got this packet from Hillsdale
Right.
College, and the usual. Will you give us some money? And
Well, yeah,
So-
but they give this stuff away for free, so
Yeah.
it's
so I
it's
thought that was
not
pretty cool. Yep, and it says Hillsdale College
right.
up on
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah, mine's usually right here, but I've got some stuff over
Founded
here, and it's
in
very
1844.
yeah. And they'll send you emails and stuff, and they have some good information. You can go online and watch their and it's free. I mean, you can go online and watch take a lot of their courses. It's
Dr. Cranowiter. He's one of my Facebook friends.
oh, okay,
So
cool.
maybe he, listened to our show and
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Well, I swear by it. I keep that and mine is within reach, but like I said, there's a couple things in the way. I know where it's at.
Do you get Imprimus?
Do it.
Imprimus. That's
Imprimus.
another newsletter that they give out.
Yes. I get that.
I used to get it several years ago. So
Yeah.
haven't.
Yeah, I look at that and I usually sit down and read it, and it's full of good information. I'll look at that and I go, what? Yeah. Signing up, and folks, really, if you guys want a copy of what Art just showed, show that again, Art, because mine's buried at the moment. That's the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and Constitution. It's free of charge. Go to Hillsdale College, and they do not sponsor my channel or Art's, but I highly recommend them. It's an excellent. You can flip through that thing quick and get information. And 11 Central Time. Okay, all right. Thank you. So it was 12 p.m. Central. All right, and I think that's what happened. Somebody got that confused, and thank you, Mel. I appreciate it. I was just too late. I could have looked it up, but I was just too lazy to do it right now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this also has a list of all the delegates to the Constitution Convention.
Yes. Yeah. It's a nice. It's got some nice stuff, and really, I swear by it. And
one of my relatives is Benjamin Rush. I don't see his name on here.
Tried to post a link.
Is Stockton. Oh, this might have been. Okay. Yeah,
I want to see if I can. Let's see. Get your free pocket Constitution. Let me see.
Declaration. Yeah, they were the signers of the Declaration. Yeah.
Let me go to.
That's right. Okay, now I found it. Yeah, Pennsylvania and Benjamin Rush. Yep. Along with Benjamin Franklin. And New Jersey is Richard Stockton. They are related because Benjamin Rush's daughter married Richard Stockton's son.
There is a link that will take you right to the form. I just put it in the chat. Right to the form to get that. And as it says hilldale.edu. If you guys want to find Hilldale, just go to hilldale.edu or click on that link that I just put in the description, and that'll take you right to the fill out form.
Well, thank you, Lloyd.
Yeah. Well, Mel tried to post it, but he said the link was too long, so I typed in another search and found this. So.
Okay.
And yeah. So yeah, and they've got. If you scroll down and look at that. I got to see what he said because let's see. The link for the time bubble. Oh, okay, that was too long. All right, thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mel, for pointing that out.
All right, yeah, for that link. Okay, I thought you were trying to put the Hillsdale link in. Anyways, I did put the link there, and Art, you can always copy it and put it in the description after the show. So.
Okay.
But
I'll do that.
All right, it's your show. What else you want to talk about?
We're coming up.
Yeah, we've done an hour.
End, so yeah. So thank you for putting the information for Hillsdale. That's a great place to get information, and you know the internet is a great place to look for information. It's just that how Google ranks them, and you know they're very choosy about you know they like to bury anything that's that has anything to do with freedom and the Constitution.
That's funny. Yeah. If you don't like using Google search engine, I highly recommend using DuckDuckGo. It's a stupid name. I don't know why they picked it out.
That's what I've got.
I use nothing but DuckDuckGo. I mean, even on my new iPad, I use DuckDuckGo. So, so yeah. So, like I said, it's pretty good. So, it's been a good show. It really has. And I'm sorry I rambled on so much and ranted so much.
No problem. That keeps me from talking all hour. And I used to do that for 3 hours when I had my internet radio show.
Right.
Boy, that was a lot of work. And then after a while, it got to be where I was doing 2 hours of talk, and then the last hour I would play music. That was back in the day. You didn't get hit with copyright strikes back then.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now it's a different story.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's it just works better. I think it works better as a team.
Mhm.
I just like because I used to. Well, I've always done my live shows with Mel or with the team.
Right.
When Mel couldn't be there, and it is a better show when you got somebody to bounce ideas off of. And
Yep. Mhm.
you
You
know,
get a different perspective that you never thought of. Yep.
right, yeah, and I definitely appreciate you having me on, and I appreciate all
You're
the
welcome.
people in the chat. We had a fairly good crowd today.
Yeah. Yeah. We got up to 7 today, so
Yeah,
hopefully we'll
yeah.
break 30 on the views today.
Well, yeah, exactly. So,
I think the highest I've gone is maybe over 50. Yeah, I don't. And plus, I've been uh, well on this channel. I'm kind of lazy. I kind of do it at the last minute, and I get everything set up in YouTube. But
yeah,
what I should be doing is like on Friday, I should set up this, and that way I could set up the tags, and that would drive more traffic to the
right. And you
channel.
can set up a trailer for it too, because
Yeah.
they got that. How does that work? I haven't tried the trailer. Does it just take a clip out of your show, or do you make one?
I have no idea. I've never even heard of it until you mentioned it.
Yeah, they have the ability to add a trailer to it now. So I need to
Oh,
look into that
okay. All right, we'll
before
do.
tomorrow.
So, what are your last closing comments?
Well, first off, thank you for letting me be a part of your show. I want to thank everybody who watched, and remember what I always say: be kind, treat each other better than you would treat yourselves, and remember, everyone matters, even old farts like me. God bless. God help the USA. Thank you.
All right, and thank you, folks in the chat, for coming here. Mel and Mike and Ed and all the rest on Gilligan's Island. Yes, this is right. No woke zone. So stay tuned and catch you next week. God bless you. Bye bye.